Hey Sonia, you'll never believe where I'm having my wedding. Unlike all those other boring-ass weddings that others have, mine will be held at a really nice wedding venue in Tonga. It's time for you to be more aware of our differences. I'm not going to let you boss me around anymore when I'm allowed to do whatever I like. Oh, hello, Rebecca. My, lovely, almost sister-in-law. Is that so? You're going to have your wedding overseas? Well, that's good to hear that you're doing all that. But I don't think I was intending to boss you around, and I don't think I've ever really done that to you before since you speak so openly about what you want, so I don't know what to say to that. No matter how many times I try and voice my suggestions to anyone, especially you, Rebecca, no one listens anyway. I don't mind so much anymore, but it's a little bit frustrating. Wow, okay, I never thought that you'd be so smug about a wedding ceremony. I feel so good about this wedding venue because I was about to get a more luxurious place than you. And unlike others just choosing to not eat better before the wedding day, I'm on a strict and regimented diet until the big day. I'm trying so hard to look good for this wedding, actually. Okay, but even though you said that, what do you mean you're on a strict diet for the wedding? I don't think it's anything unusual. I hear a lot of women try and do it, but some choose not to as well. Oh, yes. Well, I guess you must know everything, since you always rub it in that you got married before I did, huh? I bet you're feeling extremely smug right now, huh? It's not something to be proud of, Sonia. The one guy that you were able to snatch up was my little brother. You're nothing special, and it's not really something to be proud of. Oh, I didn't know you felt so strongly about my relationship with your little brother, Rebecca. I think he's one of the most amazing people I've ever met in my life. I've never met anybody like him before, plus we knew that we loved each other very much, so it was only natural for us to decide on getting married. I thought of all people that you'd be the most understanding. If it were me in your shoes, I'd never marry my younger brother. Do you understand how naive and immature he is, Sonia? He's supposed to be the man of the house. He just lies down and says yes to anything. How can he turn around and say he likes cooking and cleaning the house, huh? Seriously, what kind of drama show is this? I don't think it's very acceptable to say a statement like that in this day and age. Considering anyone of any gender can stay home or go to work. Don't you think it's best to hold back a little of what you think? Are you kidding me right now? Don't you dare tell me what to do! Shut up, you stupid, pathetic woman! If I'm saying that to you, then I'm allowed, and that's final. Things should be just the way they are, not what you and my little brother are doing. That's exactly what's so annoying about you. You think you're so special. No, and I don't think that about myself at all, Rebecca. Even though you're my sister-in-law, you can't just turn around and dictate how my relationship and life should be with my husband. No matter what gender someone is, they should be accepted to enjoy the hobbies and other things they like to do. If they find a job that suits them, that's fine too. That's what I think anyways. So whatever you're up to, Rebecca, please just only think about it in your mind because I don't need any problems at the moment in my life. I want us to get along, Rebecca. I'm not surprised that you'd say some crap like that to me. You and my little brother are very similar in that way. You're both so gross. Do you think justice will prevail if you speak up, Sonia? Okay, that's enough now. I really don't have the time or energy to have this type of conversation right now. I understand why you're boasting and being like this. Because your wedding is just around the corner and you want to show off. I get it. But you need to forget about me and enjoy the time getting married. That's way more important than a petty fight. You only get married once, so please enjoy it to the fullest and leave behind all the drama. At least until the ceremony and the reception, it would make things a lot better if you did that. I'm allowed to do whatever I want before my wedding. I don't need to be told what to do by the likes of you. Unlike you, I will marry a man who makes an excellent salary every year. I'll be able to immediately quit my job at the company I'm working for, have a child, and be able to have a rich and happy life. Life for me will be 10 times better than what your life is like. Okay, well that's great to hear that you've got all of those things to look forward to, Rebecca. Just keep on remembering that and stop giving me and my husband such a hard time. I wish you happiness for this wedding. Please tell me that I didn't just see your face looking around being nosy, did I? It's just my mind playing tricks on me, right? I swear, I didn't invite you to this ceremony. Huh? What on earth are you talking about, Rebecca? You didn't invite me? What's that supposed to mean? Just now I couldn't find my name on the shuttle bus from the airport. We're all just talking about what has happened. I'm very confused as to what's going on here, Rebecca. Why is my name not on the list of people? Because your name wasn't put on there in the first place. That's why you're not able to read it on the shuttle bus. Like I said, I didn't invite you. The only people that got invited to my Tongan wedding were my family, and all you're being right now is a nuisance. You'll be left behind at the airport and won't be allowed to attend the ceremony. Excuse me? What did you just say to me? Are you seriously calling me a nuisance? And of course I'm a part of this family, so I should be invited. I don't get it. First of all, I've got problems with the seating as my name's not on anything, and I'm very worried because I should be able to attend the ceremony. But of course you've got no seat since I didn't put your name down for one. What were you even thinking of coming all the way to Tonga when you weren't invited? I'm telling you right now, you're not welcome at my wedding ceremony today, and you'll face my wrath if you show up to this venue. You need to go on home now, you piece of scum. Okay, I see what you're doing here. You made me come all the way down here just to say I'm not invited and do whatever you like. Am I right? If you're going to go this far and making me feel like crap, then fine. I understand you completely, Rebecca. I guess I'll just get on a plane back to the United States then. Oh my God, thank you. It finally sunk in what I was trying to do to you. But you did a lot of work to get here, so I applaud you for that. I'll be able to take the next flight back as soon as it's available. Even if you start to regret your actions later and try to contact me, it'll all be too late for you, Rebecca. Excuse me? Are you kidding me right now? Why do you think I'm going to regret the decision of not inviting you to this wedding, huh? I'm busy over here, you know. I don't have time to listen to stupid stories about people who came to Tonga without getting my permission to come to this wedding. Now hurry up and go home. All right, well, you're the one telling me to do this. It's on you if this all backfires, Rebecca. Just don't come running to me when things start to fall apart for you. Hey, Sonia, why aren't you replying to me? Stop being so rude. Pick up your phone right now. Where the heck did you go all of a sudden? You need to get back here immediately. But didn't you tell me to head back to the United States, Rebecca? Please stop trying to mess with my head, okay? I am busy returning home. I'm just doing what you told me to do. If you don't stop this madness right now, you're going to end up looking like a really bad person, and you'll end up in a lot of trouble, Rebecca. You really need to think about what you say before you say it. Please consider people's circumstances before acting so irrationally like this. Stop this right now. What on earth are you talking about, Sonia? Are you seriously trying to go back to the United States? Look, if you've not left Tonga yet, then come back here now. Well, there's no way that I'm going back, okay? I've already checked my luggage. I got the tickets in a hurry as well since it's getting busier here. Rebecca, I'm not going to be influenced by your selfish and disgusting actions anymore. I'm done putting up with you flip-flopping like this. Hey, I'm not doing anything like that at all. Look, you need to get back here. You're the one who's familiar with the area. You arranged everything for the venue and the hotel, right? How on earth did I not know that you did all of this? Why didn't you say a word about this to me, Sonia? What is going on here? This isn't making any sense to me. Yeah, I planned basically everything. That's why I really wanted you to thank me when you messaged me a few days ago. To be honest, I kept quiet for your sake. But why on earth would you do something like that for? Why wasn't I kept in the loop? Why is this happening, Sonia? Explain this all to me right now. I don't get it. Why are you so involved with planning my wedding, Sonia? As soon as I found out about it, you just vanished. Why is it that my ceremony is getting canceled? So I'm sure you know already, I'm working as a manager. A fellow manager I know started a business specializing in weddings in Tonga. These are some of the managers who have been good friends of mine for a very long time. I specifically asked that person to hold your ceremony here in Tonga. The wedding venue was originally fully booked out and could only be reserved 3 years in advance. I somehow managed to force myself to hold it back. So you can be very proud of yourself that this has all happened. I'm not surprised that things would turn out like this, Rebecca. Huh? You're some kind of manager? Weren't you just some worker bee like most of the people are these days? I thought you had to get a job because of my brother. I heard that his income was so low that you both had no choice but to work in some meaningless jobs just to make ends meet. Isn't that the truth? Well, you obviously don't listen to me, do you, Rebecca? You were the only one who thought that. I don't even remember introducing myself that way. I take pride in my work, actually. I'm the type of person who wants to concentrate on work and takes care of the house as well. Your little brother supported me in my ventures, so that's why he's doing what he's doing. It's partly why I'm married to him, Rebecca. He's so helpful and supportive, so of course this is the situation that we've got at the moment. Huh. Is that so? Really? You're not just playing some kind of evil trick on me, are you? So, this ceremony that's being canceled, have you got something to do with that? Well, you did turn around and basically call me scum and an evil demon, no? I honestly think after the way you've treated me, Rebecca, you had something like this coming. But I don't understand. The people at the ceremony are really mad at me right now. Do you have any respect for me, Sonia? I was told that I was the one who sent you home when you chose to. Well, you can imagine how this all looks for everyone else, Rebecca, since I'm not there in front of them. It's very clear that this wedding venue is run by a businessman. They're very famous for not putting up with any crap from the people who hire out the venue. They kick out any customers whose behavior they don't like, Rebecca. Look, that's why they do everything in their power to make the wedding of such a lovely couple the best day ever. But they also need to make sure the guests are taken care of. That's why it's such a popular place to come and get married. The people who get married here, one of two things happen to them from the ceremony being performed here. The couple are either all lovey-dovey and stay together forever, or their marriage gets jinxed. I've heard many of those rumors going around. I actually know that, all right? That's why I was so happy that this venue got booked for my wedding so that I can be married for the rest of my days. But now it's all going to be ruined because of you, okay? So you need to get out of the airport and come back here quickly. I've got no choice but to drag you back here. Wow, that is not the attitude I was expecting of you, Rebecca. But you can't change what you said and did to me. I went out of my way to listen to you and what you wanted. I told you that I understood and that I'd get out of your way so you could get married. Do you think that I want to celebrate you even though you didn't want me attending? Are you stupid or something, Sonia? Don't you realize that you're going to be my sister-in-law? Haven't you been listening to anything I've been saying? It's only natural that you come back here because you're my relative, right? All the family is supposed to be here and you're abandoning my wedding to get on a plane? Because you told me to leave and go back home. I'm just following your orders and now you're telling me to do the opposite. Don't you remember what you said about me when you chased me away? The wedding will be held with only relatives, and you didn't class me as a relative, which is kind of messed up when I'm married to your little brother. You said that I'm better off going home. That's what you said, remember? But now you suddenly start treating me like a member of your family? What's with that? Well, that's something that I just said in the heat of the moment. I was obviously looking down on you a little bit because you're so bossy and everything. If I knew that you were involved in this wedding, then none of this would have happened. Hey, actually, just wait a minute. Why did you keep so quiet about something so important like this? Didn't I tell you before? It's because I was thinking about what would be best for you. Your pride is just too much, and I thought you'd definitely hate me even more for planning something for you. I thought that you'd be mad about me arranging the wedding for you. I thought maybe she'll start complaining again. I just wanted to do something nice. I was so proud of my own wedding, and I wanted to do something for you. I was even preparing things for it, and you were acting all smug about it, right? That's not entirely true. I was just trying to talk about the details. You might think I was, but I really wasn't at all. If I just knew the truth, there would be no problems right now. But to be honest, Rebecca, there will always be weddings of a higher standard than my own wedding. I just wanted to surprise you with all of this. I don't think it's possible for ordinary people, or rather, I think it's very difficult for them to have a nice, wonderful wedding like this unless they've got some connections. That's why I kept it such a secret, because I wanted to give you such a good feeling on your special day. And I also didn't want to boast about my connections to make this happen. From now on, you're not to complain about anything I do anymore, all right? I have hope that you won't do something like this to me ever again. So let's prepare more for this wedding ceremony so that we can continue having this conversation like adults. Don't you agree, Rebecca? Is that something you really did for me? So are you going to come over to the wedding that you were secretly preparing for me until now? You were so excited, right? Well, yes, I was actually. As expected, you're able to have your wedding at a better place than I did, but you decided to say just horrible and sarcastic comments towards me. But that was also expected, since we obviously don't get along very well. But now you'll be happy with your husband, and you can forget what I tried to do. It would have all been great if you actually stopped messing with me, Rebecca, but you didn't think I was a member of your family, and so you decided to send me back from Tonga. I really didn't think that you'd be that much of a scumbag to me, Rebecca. I guess I was very wrong about you. You're completely different than my husband. Hey, how dare you say things like that to me? It was just all a big joke. You don't actually think I was trying to send you home, do you? That's insane if you did. I was disgusted that something like this happened because I was looking so pretty and I was doing a strict diet so that I could fit into my dress. I was angry at you because you said that you thought in a different way than me when we're women, and you didn't seem to understand what I was doing. I thought it would be better off if you weren't here to make me any more angry, and that's why I chased you off, but I didn't know you'd try and go home. Oh, really? Is that so, Rebecca? Well, I admit you're trying to be very honest with me right now, and I thank you for explaining how you feel. But this has got nothing to do with whether you're beautiful or not. I wasn't fully involved with this, so it wasn't exactly any of my business how you were preparing yourself for this. I don't think I have a bad personality at all, and the things you said to me were unacceptable, and it was downright horrible. I failed my dieting regime. It wouldn't be horrible of me to just laugh out loud about it, but now that I think about it, I can't hold it in over how angry you got over something so pointless. Okay, alright, I get it, Sonia. Would you please just stop going on about it and do something? Can we just move on from this so that you can get back here immediately? I was told that the wedding venue and the accommodation have both been canceled. Everyone here is in a huge panic. Please help me out here. The groom's relatives are also really upset about what's going on. They think that it's my fault that the wedding and this marriage have been canceled. Huh, is that so? Well, you know what, Rebecca? It's not a story that I'm really interested in hearing right now. I've already started my journey back to the United States. I've gone through security and I'm about to go and find my gate and wait there until we all board. It's impossible for me to turn around and come back at this point, Rebecca. And on top of that, the ceremonial hall manager himself found out about these series of events. I don't think he's going to change his mind now. It seems like you're not going to get your happily ever after, at least not in Tonga. I don't think I want to do anything nice for you ever again, Rebecca. You just ruin it. But you know that this has all been just a huge misunderstanding. I can't just accept this, Sonia. This really can't be happening to me right now. You know, it's such a shame it ended up like this, Rebecca, but to be honest, it's all because of your horrible attitude towards people. I'm a good person who was trying to do a good thing. Without you knowing anything about my plan, I was able to find you a wonderful venue for you and your fiancé to get married at. I was a little envious. Your wedding was going to be so much better than mine ever was. I took the time and effort to reserve this place for you, and you more or less threw it back in my face. I didn't realize that someone could live such a smug life, even though I was the reason why you were able to get a place like this at all. Someone else was definitely more worthy of it today than you. Oh, come on, Sonia. There's no need to be like that with me. Please, just make things go back to the way they were, okay? It's not too late to start from now. I was actually really looking forward to the ceremony and being able to walk down the aisle. Please, just stop being unreasonable and come back here. There is absolutely no reason for me to listen to any more of your requests, as you're a complete stranger to me now. Whatever needs to happen now, you're doing it on your own. I'm sure that there's some way that you can figure this out. You're smart, right, Rebecca? Please be proud of yourself for at least getting this far. Please, Sonia, don't leave me here to sort this out on my own. I need you back here to help me. You've got all the details, and since you're a manager, you know how to speak to the event planner person. Don't leave Tonga. I need this wedding to happen so that I can be happy, okay? If you leave and don't come back here, you're going to pay for ruining my special day, and I mean that. Don't you dare threaten me. I want nothing to do with what's crumbling around you anymore, Rebecca. You did this to yourself. If you had been a bit nicer to everyone, none of this would have happened. They're calling me to board, so I need to turn off my phone. Good luck with all your problems. You can deal with them on your own. Why don't you act like an adult for once in your life, for goodness sake?
Hey, Sonia, I'm deeply sorry for what happened yesterday. It should never have turned out like this. My sister. I can't believe her. She was brought up better than this. She's been so horrible to you. I never thought she'd do something so outrageous like that, especially since you came all the way over to Tonga. She wasted your money, your time, and effort, too.
Yeah, that's basically what she did. It's okay, Carlos. I heard everything from the people at the ceremony. I heard that you yelled at her about the wedding ceremony. I can't believe how angry you got about it when usually you remain so calm about these sorts of situations. I was actually happy to hear you be like that, Carlos.
Oh, really? Well, yes, it is very unlike me to burst into anger like that. You should have been in similar seats as me, and I knew something was wrong when your name wasn't on the list for the shuttle bus. I never expected you to even come to the ceremony since my sister planned to not have you be there. It's so messed up. There's a limit to how much a person can take from someone, so...
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that one. To be honest, I'm glad I didn't give in to her and show up. The bus list was how I found out I wasn't even invited in the first place. On the contrary, my mood changed about this very quickly. I realized that I would be more productive if I went home and worked. I don't think there's been any damage done, to be honest.
Oh, really? Is that so? Well, I'm not sure about that, Sonia. She seemed really annoyed when you said no, you weren't coming back.
Well, after all that drama, it seems that the ceremony wasn't held in the end. I mean, I told her that the manager wasn't impressed with her attitude, so what happened afterwards?
Everyone knew her attitude towards you was really bad, and things kind of spiraled out of control. Even the groom's relatives were disappointed in the situation unfolding. Her fiancé was yelling at her and told her that the marriage was on hold for now while he thinks what the next step is. I think he'll decide what to do from now on very carefully.
Yeah, I can imagine so if he doesn't want to be with a woman who has a poor attitude towards her own family members. It's not right at all.
It would be better if my sister suffered a little bit more for what she's done to ruin yesterday. She should really think before she speaks her mind.
Yeah, I've got nothing more to say about her or the matter. I no longer want to be in contact with Rebecca anymore, Carlos. She's made my life miserable for way too long, and I just think she's a horrible person to be around.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to go down with her. She knows where our house is. I heard from my parents that she's trying to apologize to you for what she did. And it sounds like they might have believed that, and they told her where we live and to try to talk to her at our house. I can't believe they did that when we obviously don't want to talk to her.
Wow, your sister actually wants to apologize? Does such a thing exist when it comes to her? I've never heard her say sorry once since I've known her.
Right. It seems like there's something going on behind the persona she's portraying right now. She might be thinking of harassing you some more. Anyway, that might be something that she could be planning. I've got no idea. Just please be careful when it comes to Rebecca. I want you to be safe.
I understand. Don't worry. I'll make sure that she doesn't do anything to me or us anymore, Carlos. Thank you for getting in touch with me, my dear. I'll talk to you later. After talking to her husband, Carlos, she made herself busy by going to work. The house was empty, and footage was captured of Rebecca going to their house. She ended up searching for bags, jewelry, and anything else that she could get her hands on. She got revenge by committing arson for Sonia not returning to the wedding venue in Tonga. It was found that she was definitely the culprit of this crime. Sonia was able to collect all the evidence that she needed to pin the blame on Rebecca. There's footage of her wandering around the house, breaking into things, and setting a room on fire. Sonia was able to file a report of crime and damage to her property. She then reported it all to the police. Rebecca never thought that her wrongdoing would be discovered by Sonia. She should have been more careful, as many people these days have cameras in their house in case of theft or fires. Rebecca tried to apologize to Carlos and Sonia while she was busy sobbing. Not only was Sonia shocked at what she did to them, but Carlos and the rest of his relatives were stunned by her actions. They all thought she had gone crazy. There wasn't a single person taking Rebecca's side. She was then taken away by the police. With this happening, it seems like her marriage to her fiancé was off the table for good. She ended up tying herself in so many knots because of how she acted towards Sonia and the rest of her family. It's nobody but Rebecca's fault after all. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this. Alexa, please answer your phone right now. Are you really messing around with me right now of all times? Where did you run off to after that? Stop screwing around, Alexa! Huh? What do you think I'm screwing around about right now? I'm really sleepy at the moment is all. I just took a wrong turn on my way home and ended up at my parents' place. And I just never expected that you guys would be here right now. That's not at all what's going on here. Just answer your phone right now, please, so we can talk this out instead of having to text. We're at the hospital right now and need to talk. So please answer the phone and let's talk before you have to come out here to see us. What? Why should I have to go all the way out to the hospital to see you right now? That's a real pain in my ass, honestly. I'm not the one who's hurt or sick at the moment. Honestly, Alexa, would you please cut it out with that childish behavior right now and get real with me? Do you have any idea what you just did at all? Before the police and the ambulance had to come out to the scene, you should have been coming over to at least see if things were okay and apologize, right? Huh? The police? In an ambulance? What did the police and that ambulance have to do with me? Why are you guys at the hospital right now? I can't believe this. So you're still drunk right now then? Well, if you were never able to realize this, you went and hit my son with your car. Does that help you recall any memories or anything? Do you think things will end well for you right after you've gone and done something like that in your inebriated state? At the very least, you should be coming out to the hospital right now and apologizing to both my son and I. Why are you getting so upset with me right now? You say that like I hit the kid on purpose, when in reality it was all just an accident, right? All I did was hit the fella a little bit too hard with my bumper. So would you please stop trying to blow everything out of proportion over there? Did you never realize that an ambulance had to literally come and take us to the hospital right after what you did? None of this is just a hoax by me, because he literally had to come to the ER unit here because of the condition you left him in. Did you not realize just how badly he was hurt before you ran off? And when you drove off, I could tell that you were drunk behind that wheel. I can't believe you'd hit a kid with your car, all because you're drunk driving. And he happens to be your nephew as well. There is no way something like this could have happened, and you're still not apologizing for any of it. How much more pissed off are you going to get with me? I'm really sleepy right now, and I think for right now, I'm going to catch some sleep. And perhaps if I'm feeling up to it tomorrow, I'll come out to the hospital and say hi. But that's only if I'm feeling up to it. Huh? So you don't even feel sorry for what you've done to him? What the hell, Alexa? What kind of frickin' nerves do you have to be talking to me like this after what you've done? This is your little brother's son you hit, and yet you don't even feel bad about it? Right now, we're all in a panic after what happened and are seriously worried about how our son is going to recover from this. All right. I get it already. How about you take a second to calm down over there? Right now, I am very sleepy and need to get to sleep. See you later. No freaking way. I can't believe the nerve you have to be doing this right now. I am not going to forgive you for what you've done to your own family today.
I'm on my way out there right now, Chaya. It shouldn't be too much longer before I arrive. How is Cam doing? What happened to him wasn't life-threatening, was it?
Okay, he's not in any life-threatening situation anymore, but he has quite a few broken bones and will have to undergo a few surgeries for them. He was screaming his eyes out, and any time I had to look over at him while he was being taken into the ambulance by the EMTs, I couldn't bear it. I feel so bad for our little boy.
Why the hell did something like this happen to him? I know we just called and all, but I forgot to ask you about that. You were back at my parents' house, right?
I was there at the house, but Cam had fallen asleep, and so I thought it was time for us to start making our way back home. And when I put him out in the car, he woke up and wanted to get out for a little bit. And as he stepped out of the car to run off his energy, he was hit by a car.
And the car that went and hit him was my sister's car, right?
That's right. That left him in a terrible state. I freaked out at the sight of it, and before I even went over to see how he was doing, I called 911.
How about my sister then? Why was she rushing back to our parents' house like that out of nowhere? And what was she doing driving through the yard to park her car at the house? She's never driven that crazily before whenever I've been around her.
Jonas, your sister was drunk when she was behind the wheel of her car.
What? Are you sure that she was really drunk when she came and hit Cam like that?
I am not going to forgive her for what she's done this time. She never even bothered to come and see either one of us to apologize and instead raced into your parents' house after she got out of her car. She fell asleep soon after that, and I haven't been able to get anything else from her since. You really think we're going to be able to forgive her after she pulled something as reckless and deadly as that? I'm not even going to forgive her for being your family, Jonas.
I know that.
What?
You really think that either one of us are going to forgive her for hitting our kid while under the influence? Just because she's my older sister? Not happening. I'll be at the hospital really soon here, so once I'm there with you, let's talk about what to do next.
Understood. I'll be waiting for you in the waiting room. When you're here, give me a call to let me know.
Sure thing.
Yeah, I slept so well last night. By the way, what all happened there last night? I can see a ton of calls came from you on my phone, so what's all of that about? Did something really happen that required you to call me 27 times like that without leaving any voicemails? Jesus. Are you saying you don't even remember a thing about what all went down last night? There is no way that can be the case, even for you, Alexa. If you really don't remember anything about all the horrible things you did last night before running away from everyone, well then allow me to refresh your memory on all of it right now, please. What the hell? Are you really that upset about me slightly hitting that little brat last night? Huh? You shouldn't be getting that upset with me over hitting your little brat like that. If he's still breathing, then what's the big problem between you and I? And it's not like any of the injuries he had last night could have been anything major, right? Are you really Cam's aunt if you're saying things like that about him right now? There has to be a limit to how insane you must be calling your own nephew a brat like that and saying that hitting him with your car was nothing. If you're really going to be calling me, of all people, insane, then that must mean you're even more crazy than I am. What the hell do you think you're saying to your older sister-in-law right now? You cut it out thinking you have the right to talk to me like that. I am so done with this. So you really don't care at all about what you did last night? Had you actually wanted to apologize to us for what you'd done, I might spend a bit more time thinking on this. But there is nothing left for me to think about now, and I will not be forgiving you for what you've done. My son is going to have to stay in this hospital for 2 months now getting treated because of you. You have to agree that there is no way for me to forgive you now after that. Why do you keep on running your mouth about that? You're not going to forgive me, huh? How friggin' hilarious can you be? Are you really saying that you can do something to me after that? Tell me, what can you actually do to me that might get me to shiver in my shoes? You were literally drunk driving, and you're going to say something as cocky as that? I'm past the point of being fed up with you now, seeing that you don't even feel bad for what you've done one bit. And if you're thinking of talking with the police about all of this, that's not going to work for you. Huh? After all you've done within the past 24 hours, you think that you can keep on running away from it? I can't believe you'd hit a kid with your car all because you were drunk driving. No matter what I've done, it's never going to end with me being criminally charged in any way. That's too bad for you guys now, isn't it? There's no way you're free from all punishment after what you've pulled. Do you really think that everything just revolves around you? Just because I hit your brat a little, don't have a whole temper tantrum. My husband's the sheriff, which means that he'll just cover all this up, and there will be no way for you to prove me guilty. And my father is the superintendent of the Metropolitan Police Department. What? Excuse me? What are you going on about? What do you mean that your father is the superintendent of the Metropolitan Police? You have to realize that you can't just call your father something as respectable as that. I'm not trying to throw a title like that around to scare you, but I am also not lying to you about who he is. I have no plans of letting you get away with what you've done to my son, and I made sure to tell my dad everything already. Huh? Are you being serious right now? Alexis, something tells me this wasn't your first time doing something like this, right? Are you sure you haven't been abusing your husband's power in order to make sure that any charges or cases against you were dropped? If that's really what you've been doing, then it won't only be you who gets in trouble if things are exposed. Your husband will be in the same place you are, right? Hold on. What are you actually going on about right now? There's no way anyone is going to find out about all of this. I don't even think anything you're talking about right now has happened before. I have no memory. I happen to be pretty forgetful when it comes to things of the past, after all. And as for your father actually being the superintendent, that was just a joke, right? You think I'm telling any jokes at a time as serious as this? Do you really think you can just get the sheriff to just drop whatever it was you've done? The fact that you even think something like that can always work for you is a major problem. I've already spoken with my dad about this, and he's already working on dealing with the both of you. Huh? You didn't actually tell him about everything, did you? So, does this really mean that your father is the superintendent of the Metro Police? Did you always have someone in your family that important? I never really talked about the kind of work my dad does. A lot of times, my family likes to think it's a pain to have to talk with everyone about who my dad is and such, so we just keep our mouths shut about him. So it's nothing out of the normal for you to have not been aware of who he is either. But what I've told you about him is the truth, and now you're most definitely going to be placed under arrest. And the same thing's going to happen with your husband. Wait. Isn't this all a little bit strange? Calm down over there, Shea. What is all of this? What are you actually talking about right now? Did you really just say that my husband and I are going to be placed under arrest? What do you mean by that? Tell me when I ever did anything that requires me to be taken away by the police. What? You're asking me something like that right now? You just went and hit someone's kid last night while drunk driving, and then told me you were going to exploit your husband's rank in the police to get away with it. Saying something like that now about what you've done is so crazy that I have nothing to say about it, actually. Now, please take the time to really think about all you've done and reflect on it a bit. Wait a second. I get it now. You're really, really upset at me for what happened, but I'll apologize to you for it. That should be enough for you, right? Huh? I'm really sorry. I feel really bad now for what I've done. I never meant to cause any harm to the little fella. I was being very careless at the time. I forgot about how much I had to drink, and then I got in the car without having anyone come and stop me. I really caused a lot of trouble for your little guy. Is Cam going to be all right? But I still happen to be a part of his family. Can we just get past all of this as a family and not have to involve anyone else? Seriously? You're joking right now, correct? What do you mean by calling this a joke? I'm being completely serious right now about having felt really bad for you guys. I've learned my lesson even. Yesterday I was in such disbelief over what I'd done when I'd come home, and that kept me up all night long. I really didn't get any sleep last night thinking about him. But at the beginning of this conversation you said you slept really well, didn't you? I was just trying to act tough. In reality, I never slept at all because I was so worried. But I didn't want to have you seeing how worried I've been, so I tried to act tough. I'm really sorry, okay? You can understand that, right? Come on. Now you're trying way too hard. What the hell just happened to you there? Did you really think acting like that was going to fool me any? What? Don't tell me, Shea, that after your sister-in-law went through saying all of that to you, you're not going to forgive her still? That would be very narrow-minded of you, right? If you keep acting that narrow-minded after what happened, then you're going to start making Jonas hate you. You'll become hated by my parents as well, and then you might have to go through a really painful divorce, all right? Don't worry about that, because all of them are on my side right now. What? What do you mean they're all on your side? They're all my family, though, right? What you did, my husband ended up seeing with his own eyes. Have you still not realized just how upset he is with you now? What? Is that the reason why I have all these calls from him, too? Now things are really becoming a pain for me. I never knew that he was around when all that happened, too. But him being there has nothing to do with me. Him and my parents are all my family, which means that they have to be on my side in all of this, until the very end. So if you don't want to be hated by all my family, you need to start being a bit more forgiving, and we can start by forgiving one another right now, okay? There is nothing I need your forgiveness for right now, though. Also, even if none of your family was on my side in all of this, I still have my dad, who is furious with you and your husband right now. And neither of us will ever be letting you get off the hook. You and your husband are finished. We're going to make you both pay for all the things you've done up until this moment. Wait a second, Shea. This can't be happening, right? I just apologized to you from the bottom of my heart, right? At least let me settle out of court with you, please. If you don't give us a little slack, both my husband and I will be in trouble. By the way, your father is the superintendent, right? Then perhaps you can talk with him and have all of this swept under the rug for us? Huh? Did Did you just completely forget about everything we just talked about there? You must be suffering from some serious dementia or something. Don't say something like that to me. You and I are family, right? If we were really family, then you would have never avoided us after hitting my son, and you would have never stayed away from the hospital, and you would have never said that you'd get your husband to cover all of this up. These are the reasons why I no longer think of you as my family. If you can understand that now, would you please screw off? Hey, you're talking too much. Also, no matter how much you happen to hate me, Jonas is still my brother, right? So even if you try, you'll never be able to cut ties to me. As family, why don't we just try to stay close? You would never want a member of your family being tried as a criminal, right? Jonas already told me that he no longer sees you as his older sister and that he never wants to see you again. What? Jonas said that? Well, of course he did. Cam isn't just my son, but Jonas's son as well, right? Jonas is really pissed off right now as well, and he said he will never be forgiving you. We already spoke with your parents, and they both have gone and cut ties to you as well now. Huh? None of them can do that to me. We're family, right? What the hell do they all think they're doing not helping a family member out when they're in a pinch? Do you understand, Shea? I am your family. No matter how hard you try and twist things, they won't bend. Thinking that you could ever be forgiven for hitting someone else's child while driving drunk is way beyond me. Are you really that much of an insect? I'm kind of enthused by how crazy you're behaving right now. I already knew that you'd try using your husband's position to have all of this covered up, but the fact that you actually tried to say that to me without a care in the world for what you'd done is just unbelievable. Both you and your husband are literal scum. But thankfully, I have no plans of ever talking to you guys again. Just take yourself to the police station right now and have them arrest you right there. And then you can watch as your husband has the same thing happen to him. Wait, Shea. We'd really be in heaps of trouble at that point. Help us. I'll apologize to Cam himself about what happened. I've told you many times already, haven't I? Apologizing right now is too late for you. I'm not even interested in talking with you now, so could you please stop? Now enjoy having to go to prison and being rehabilitated there. I hope you regret everything you've done while you rot there. I'm so sorry, Shea. I never meant to cause any harm. If nothing happens to save me, I'll really become a criminal. Save me. Tell the police to leave me alone and that I did nothing wrong. Wait, you're asking that now after you just went and tried to assault someone? You came at me carrying a knife of some sort, right? And that's why you were taken down right on the spot by the police. What did you think was going to happen? You're being a total dick right now. I was already disowned by both of my parents and my brother and have not gotten any help from anyone. My husband's been taken into custody by the police and is under investigation now, and is going to have to hand over a lot of money for what happened as well. And because of that, he's now blaming me out of spite. I'm already having to go to court to be sued by you for driving drunk and hitting Cam on top of having to actually be charged for those crimes. Why am I the only one having to go through all this hell right now? Isn't this screwed up? All of this is because of you, Alexa. Are you really saying that right now? If that's the case, then perhaps it's time for you to open those eyes. What do you mean, open my eyes? I mean what I just said. Why are you blaming me for all of this? You can hate me all you want, but how about you begin to hate yourself now as well? My son and I are victims of your actions. Understand that? You literally hit my son with your car and have sent him to the hospital where he is going to have to stay now for 2 months. I have every right to want to sue you after that out of my anger. Yet for some reason you still don't seem to think you've done anything worth being sued over, right? But what? There are no buts anymore. All you're doing right now is trying to blame me for all the horrible choices you've made. And the reason your husband is being held in a jail cell right now while he's being investigated for his crimes is because of what you'd done and had him cover up. The reason your husband has to go through hell now is because of you. So it kind of makes sense for him and everyone else to be upset with you now, right? I mean, he's to blame as well for a lot of these things, considering he made the final choice as a sheriff to help cover up all your crimes. Who do you think you are talking to me like that? You don't know anything about me. I really don't, and I don't ever want to either. I mean, you literally came at me with a knife out of spite for the crimes you'd already committed, making you a criminal at heart. So of course I'd never even be able to understand you if I tried. Now that's all from me. Wait, what about the police? What was that? What about them? You think I'm going to ask them to let you get away? I want them to take you away so that you'll have a very long time to regret what you've done, and maybe even learn to be a decent member of society again. Everything you've done is not only illegal, but felonies to the highest degree. You should understand all of that without even having to listen to me tell you, right? Your family and my son are all saddened by the person you've turned out to be. And when it comes to myself, I'm sad as well, but I'm also very upset. What? So that's why my family isn't helping me right now? They all believe that this is my fault? Are you starting to finally get things now? You've been acting like a selfish prick for the longest time now, and all that selfishness is finally coming back to bite you in the ass. I think you really need to start taking responsibility for all of that now. Jonas is praying that you learn from what you've done. He doesn't want to see his older sister turning out the way you've been. And as for me, I never wanted to see my son ending up the way he did due to his own aunt's reckless actions. He's only 5. Yet he's had to experience something that's left him immobilized in a hospital bed. It hurts me deeply to see him that way. Is that so? I'm really sorry, Shea. I don't know what I should be saying now. You don't have to say anything now. Just learn from your mistakes and change your life around, please. There were people that actually trusted and believed in you. So do it for them.
I just got a call from my mom not too long ago. My sister ended up getting a divorce from her husband.
Is that what happened between those two? Well, after all that's happened so far between those two now, I can understand why.
Are you happy with having them pay us that much in court settlements after that long battle for Cam? I'm sure not forgiving either one of them still, but something in your eyes said otherwise.
I'm not happy with everything yet, and sure have not forgiven Alexa. But seeing her and her now ex-husband paying up did make me realize she might actually be able to change. With that, I hope her time in prison will really give her a chance to change for the better and come out of there as a decent member of society someday.
My mom was saying that when Alexa called her from her jail cell the other night, she explained how sorry she really was, and that she'd take full responsibility by pleading guilty, which she thankfully did. I think that does show that Alexa will be willing to change her ways in prison to make up for what she'd done. I'll just have to see how long that actually takes her.
Really, I'm just happy that Cam is starting to heal up really well now after his surgeries, and that he'll be able to properly play outside again soon. And in all honesty, he doesn't seem to be traumatized after all of that.
Alexa said that she'd someday like to come and apologize to Cam. But my dad told her it's better to never come around the three of us again. Which makes sense considering all she'd done. At least we have all that money we'd won from her now. It really makes you wonder if she was ever thinking about the rest of us like family. I'm sure she does now after all that's gone down. But it's too late for her there, right?
That's right. I just pray now that when she does get released, she can find a life of her own someplace else and never come back to us. It hurts me to have to say this, but perhaps her drunk driving and almost killing our son was that kind of help that she needed to help break her out of that crippling selfishness. But the outcome to all of this is really going to be up to her now. After all that had happened, Alexa ended up being sentenced to 15 years in prison for her crimes of driving under the influence and almost killing my son with her car. And that was after having to pay my husband and I a settlement of $150,000 for our son. She was also given another 5 years for attempted murder after coming at me with that knife before the police stopped her about 6 feet away from me. Nobody in the family is ever going to forgive her for what she'd done, and that emotion will carry on even after she's out of the prison and walking the streets again. But one thing is for sure, and that is that she is well aware of that now, and will hopefully use that shame and regret to fix herself for everyone's sake. She may never be able to come back to her original family ever again, but I'm hoping that she'll make a new family of her own later in life. Or at least be able to return to life without falling back into the rut of selfishness she'd been in around us. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story. Hey, isn't Wyatt being awfully quiet today? It's kind of unusual for him to be this silent. I have a feeling that he's definitely up to something. Isn't he? I can tell just by the way he's acting right now.
Huh? What's with you all of a sudden? Why are you making a big deal out of Wyatt being quiet? It's a wedding, so it's only natural to be polite and quiet, isn't it? I guarantee you, Allie, he's just trying to behave. I mean, it's our big day today.
That guy doesn't have any manners. There's no way he's suddenly behaving now without a plan up his sleeve. I can definitely sense that he's plotting something. It's so obvious. I can't believe you're falling for his act.
You're assuming that just because Wyatt is being quiet for once, he's plotting something against you? You're overreacting, Allie. Even a goofy guy like him must have reflected on his behavior after being scolded by you so many times recently. Besides, isn't it a good thing that he's being quiet for once? I mean, isn't this what you've always wanted? Come on, you were so fed up with his antics.
Well, of course, I was fed up with his cocky attitude. It was constantly annoying and draining to deal with him. That's why I'd be scared if he's suddenly acting all quiet and docile. Something doesn't feel right. I mean, he's even smiling. Don't you see that mischievous look on his face? It's so suspicious.
You've got to consider the fact that he's feeling remorse for his actions, Allie. He actually said the other day that he's been playing too many pranks on you lately. I'm sure he decided to be quiet today because he genuinely wants to change for the better and stop causing trouble.
I don't know about that. And even if that was the case, what about you? Are you feeling the same way as he is?
What does this have to do with me? Why are you dragging me into this? I don't understand.
You always cooperated with him and tried all kinds of tricks on me before. Don't act innocent now. Why are you acting like it's someone else's problem all of a sudden? You were just as involved as him. So I'm asking if you regret it, like you say Wyatt is. If he's sorry, shouldn't you be sorry too? You were both in on it, so don't pretend you weren't.
No, I don't feel any remorse for the pranks I pulled on you, and rightfully so. Today's our wedding day. It would be strange if the groom felt sorry for himself. We should be happy in this moment, don't you think?
No, I don't think it'd be strange at all. If he's sorry, you should be sorry too. How many times do I have to remind you that you were involved in this too? Well, I'm sure he's not actually sorry, and he's definitely up to something. Probably planning another prank. But still.
You know, you really are so childish and petty, Allie. You need to learn how to let things go sometimes. You get mad when we threw a piece of pie at you and stole your bike. You also got angry the time we flat-tired and burnt your bike. You take it too seriously every time.
What? Of course I would get angry, for goodness sake. My bike was on fire right in front of me. That's beyond the scope of a prank or surprise. You destroyed my belongings. Besides, why do you keep pranking me by attacking my bicycle? It's been targeted so many times.
Well, you don't see bicycles on fire very often. It's pretty rare. Worst case scenario, you might have never seen it in your life. Yet you were lucky enough to witness it firsthand, and it was all thanks to Wyatt and I.
It wouldn't bother me at all if I don't ever see something like that in my life. I would have been perfectly fine without it. I could have called the police that time, you know? That's how serious this whole situation with my bike was.
And I'm saying that your reaction to these things, including your little bike, is beyond petty. You need to understand that it was just a game between friends, but I guess you're not mature enough to do that.
Friends? I don't even consider Wyatt to be my friend. Don't try to justify what you've done to me by making him into my friend. He's just your coworker. To me, he's nothing more than that.
Don't be so cold. I know that despite everything, you like Wyatt just as much as I do, right? He's pretty funny, and he's not bad looking either. That's why we're thinking of becoming YouTubers. I think Wyatt and I would make a great team.
What? You're seriously considering becoming a YouTuber now? Where did this idea even come from?
Yes, we'll be YouTubers. Wyatt and I are really good at planning things out, and we have great ideas for content. We can make a lot of money if we make videos of our usual stunts. People will love watching them. Then if we're successful, I'll share some of the money we make with you. How does that sound?
Whatever. Suit yourself. I don't care anymore.
Just believe me when I say I'll make even more money than I already am and split it with you. So you better stop being cocky with me, okay? You should be more supportive of our activities. Isn't that your duty as a fiancé?
I'm your victim. Why would I support something like that when I'm the one being pranked all the time? If you want me to support you, then you're going to have to replace my damaged bike first.
Duh, you really are a brat with no sense of humor. You can't even take a joke or laugh it off. I'm reluctant to marry you because you're so boring. But I will anyway, just because of your good looks and nothing else. But just because I marry you, you better not be so full of yourself. Don't forget that you're a snob who doesn't deserve me, okay? Keep that in mind moving forward.
What are you saying all of a sudden? I'll tell you now, but I don't want to marry you anymore. You are not the person I want to be with.
What? We're about to begin the reception. We've invited so many guests and we've even received cash gifts from them. How can you call off the marriage under such circumstances? We've almost come full circle. You can't do that, can you? Think about the guests and everything that's been planned for today. You don't want to let them down, do you? I knew you couldn't do it. I know you're such a people pleaser, Allie. Besides, you think you owe your mother for raising you single-handedly, don't you? You want to get married soon to move out, to make her proud and give her peace of mind, right?
Stop bringing up my mother in our argument. Don't use her like that.
Why not? Are you embarrassed of your shabby old mother? Well, you should just grow up and marry me. It's the right thing to do at this point. There are some people from the company coming today. I invited all of my coworkers, even the executives. It would look bad if the ceremony were canceled, so you better not even think about doing that. Hey, Allie! Come on, don't be so upset about our wedding cake exploding. It's not a big deal. It's just a little surprise from a friend of mine. So let's get back to it and continue the ceremony like nothing happened. Hey, how long are you planning to stay in the dressing room? The guests are waiting for you. Everyone had a great time with the explosion, so there's really nothing to be mad about, right? This entire surprise was Wyatt's idea from the start. He's the one who thought it would be funny. He has some useful connections, and he used them to plant a very small bomb inside the wedding cake. Even though I knew it was going to explode at some point, I was still super nervous. By the way, this whole surprise is going to be our first video on our channel, so it's really exciting. I uploaded it as soon as I could after the prank. You should watch it, Allie. Allie, how long are you gonna sulk in there? You need to stop acting this way. It's childish. Don't be so immature about this. Quit hiding away and get out here already. You're gonna bother the wedding guests and delay the ceremony. Don't keep them waiting too long.
My daughter is in critical condition. She's currently unconscious.
What are you talking about? She's unconscious? Wait, hold on. First of all, who are you exactly?
I'm Allie's mother, Sharon. My daughter lost consciousness because of the explosion, and she's in surgery now.
Surgery? You're kidding me. What kind of surgery? How serious is this situation? I need an explanation.
Surgery is surgery. You wouldn't understand the medical details even if I told you. It's really bad. They don't even know if my daughter will wake up. She's in a critical state and things aren't looking so good. The shock was so severe that it seems all of her internal organs have stopped working completely.
How is that even possible? Is that really what the doctors said? I'm not sure I can believe this.
Oh, are you a doctor by any chance, Axel? I doubt it. What I told you is exactly what the doctor said, and you have no right to be skeptical about it. You're in doubt of what happened when Allie is suffering terribly right now. She is in agony because of what happened.
I'm sorry, but we didn't mean to hurt her. It wasn't supposed to turn out this way. Wyatt and I never had any bad intentions. We just wanted to surprise everyone a little. It was meant to be fun and lighthearted, not harmful. We thought this would make the celebration more exciting, and the guests would give us more cash gifts for it. That's why we did it.
Cash gifts in weddings aren't like bets from gamblers. You can't just throw in dangerous stunts like that. Anyway, what's important here is that Allie is in trouble because of your selfishness and thoughtless actions. Axel, how are you going to take responsibility for this? Have you thought it through yet?
You want me to take responsibility? That doesn't make sense because we didn't think it would turn out like this. It's not our fault.
Are you just going to keep making excuses and not take responsibility for what's happened to my daughter?
Okay, I'm not trying to avoid responsibility at all. I just don't know what to do. I'm completely lost in this situation. I never expected it to turn out like this. Could you please tell me which hospital you're at? I'll visit Allie right away.
So the wedding will be canceled, right? There's no way it can continue after what happened. First, you must apologize profusely to all the invited guests for what you've done, then refund every one of their cash gifts. Also cover their travel expenses that they spent to come here and to send them back home. You better make sure to handle this properly. This is your responsibility.
Are you serious? I can understand refunding the cash gifts, but you're saying I even have to cover their travel expenses?
Yes, of course you have to. It's only fair considering the inconvenience you've caused everyone. Also, many people were splattered with cake frosting from the explosion. Their suits and dresses were stained. Since their clothing was ruined, I also expect you to compensate them for those cleaning fees.
What? You want me to pay for that too? That's too much. You're going too far.
You said you're sorry for what you've done, correct? If you meant it when you said you truly regret what happened, then this much is only natural. You should be doing all of this without being asked. It's the responsible thing to do, don't you think?
I don't think you're understanding, Shannon. I'm struggling financially. It's going to be too difficult for me to compensate everyone to that extent.
I don't care if you find it difficult. That's not the problem here. All of what I've told you to do, it has to be done. Or would you prefer to be ordered to do it by the court after a legal decision is made against you?
What? Wait, you're considering taking us to court over this? I didn't realize things had gotten this serious.
Gosh, you're so oblivious. Can you seriously not see how furious I am with you and your reckless actions? You can't take back what you've done to my daughter. That's why I'm going to sue you for the damages caused by your thoughtless actions. I am sure the people who got covered in cake and frosting will also want to sue you for what's happened here. They'll for sure want compensation for the clothes that were ruined during the explosion. This matter doesn't involve just us. It involves everybody.
Okay, just wait a minute. Don't sue me, please. I understand, and I'll do everything you say. So please, I'm begging you, don't make this a bigger problem than it has to be.
You put your fiancé in a coma. Don't you remember that? I'm not making it into a huge deal because it already is one. Do you actually realize what you've done here? How many times do I have to explain it to you, Axel?
Believe me, I'm just in a bit of a panic right now. This is all so overwhelming. Tell me, what's Allie's situation now? What are the doctors saying about her condition?
I don't know. The doctors are busy in the operating room. All I keep hearing are screams coming from there, and they don't ever stop.
What? Allie's screaming? Isn't she unconscious? How is that possible?
She is screaming even though she's unconscious. That's just how much pain and suffering Allie is in, and it's all because of you and Wyatt.
What? Is Allie gonna be okay? This can't be happening.
I already told you I don't know. We're waiting for answers, so you need to go and handle the situation with your wedding. Just hurry up and go shut it down. There is no time to waste with everything going on right now.
Okay, I'll handle everything as quickly as I can.
Hi, Allie. It seems like the wedding ceremony has officially been cancelled. All the guests have been notified about the situation. Apparently, after telling the guests, Axel publicly apologized to everyone. He was on his knees, begging everybody for forgiveness. He also declared that he would return all the cash gifts and compensate everyone for their travel expenses.
I see. Well, I heard from him that some people from his company were attending too, even the higher-ups. I can see why he had no choice but to do that. He doesn't want his stupid prank and the wedding cancellation to affect his reputation at the workplace.
I understand, but Allie, when are you going to come forward and tell him the truth? Axel and Wyatt must be panicking right now, scrambling to figure out what to do next about the situation. If we don't do something soon, our story is going to fall apart and they'll know we lied about this. Then things will get out of control very quickly. Although I am tempted to let this facade go on a little longer, I want them to face the consequences of their actions even more.
Mom, despite everything you've said about our plan, you're having so much fun with this. You are totally into it. You were completely against this idea in the beginning, weren't you? I can't believe this.
Of course, as your parent, I would be against doing something like this. It's not a good thing to trick people. But making the wedding cake explode on your wedding day and ruining it, that's just unforgivable. Luckily, you were unscathed, but you could have been seriously injured. What were they thinking, doing something so reckless? Axel and Wyatt, I can't ever forgive them for what they've done. They had the audacity to hurt my precious daughter.
Mom, you're angrier than I thought about this situation. It honestly makes me happy. It means you care about me deeply, so thank you.
Oh, don't thank me at all. I'm beyond worried for you, Allie, and for good reason. Why did you even decide to marry that man in the first place? Haven't you been through enough with him? You've been pulled into similar pranks before, haven't you? This isn't the first time he's done something like this. You should have broken it off years ago.
Yeah, I agree with you, Mom, but it's more complicated than that.
Allie, could it be that you married him just to give me peace of mind? You know, I'd be more concerned about what kind of future you'd have with a man who does dangerous things like this.
Yeah, it's true. It's because you raised me single-handedly, and I know you always worry about my future and my security, especially with Dad gone. You've always cared about me so much, and I just wanted to ease your worries a little bit.
What are you even talking about? It's completely normal for a parent to worry about their child. That's not a reason to marry whoever's in front of you. My goodness, marrying someone just to reassure me is insane.
You're right. I can't believe I got married just because I was worried about making you feel better.
But most of all, I'm worried about the way you choose your men. Your choices in partners are seriously concerning me.
What? Is that really something to be worried about?
Of course it is, even though a lot of Axel's flaws became apparent later on, like his rash decisions and immaturity. You chose to marry him despite the warning signs you've overlooked, didn't you?
Well, yeah, I suppose that's true. I can't deny that I went ahead with our marriage, or we wouldn't be at a wedding venue right now.
Exactly. I can't believe you fell in love with such a bratty, childish man. I've always sensed that you didn't have much taste in men, but I didn't think that it was this serious. Just take a look at the man you've tried to marry. I should have stopped you when I had the chance.
Come on, Mom, I'm your daughter. That's a little harsh, don't you think? Did you really have to say that to me right now? I mean, our conversation was building up to such a touching moment.
Allie, I'm not just pointing this out for no reason. I'm saying it because I care about your well-being. Marrying a man like that is like degrading yourself. You deserve so much better than someone who treats you this way.
Okay, I get it, Mom. I really do. I'm sorry. I know I messed up.
Honestly, your father was such a nice man, you know. There aren't many men like him out there. He passed away right after you were born, which is such a shame. And I've never met anyone as kind and sincere as he was. In fact, I don't think I ever will. You should really find someone like your father, someone who treats you with respect and kindness, understood?
I know, I wish I could, but it's hard to find someone like that. I'll try my best, okay? Anyway, I'll handle the rest of the situation myself from here on out. Don't worry about me, Mom. I'll take care of it. Thanks for everything. I wouldn't have made it this far without your support.
Okay, I know you've got this. You're doing great, Allie. And for the sake of your dignity, hurry up and get rid of that guy.
Yeah, I know, Mom. It's time to move on and find someone who's actually worth it. Axel, thanks for handling the guests and letting them know about the cancellation.
Huh? Allie, you're finally awake! I just canceled the ceremony a moment ago. This is unbelievable. Why couldn't you have woken up just a little earlier? You just had to wake up after I went through all that trouble to deal with everything, didn't you?
What? Isn't this the part where you're supposed to be happy that I'm awake and okay?
Well, sure, I'm relieved that you woke up. It slightly eased my feelings of panic, but there's such a thing as timing, you know? Why couldn't you have woken up earlier? Do you have any idea how much debt I'm in now? Canceling a wedding and paying for the guests isn't cheap, you know? It's a disaster.
Do you really think I care? You deserved everything you got for pulling such a reckless stunt in the first place. I can't believe you're actually complaining about the timing of me waking up from my coma. Are you serious right now?
I have no other choice. I've been through a lot over here, too. You're not the only one dealing with things. My credibility in the workplace has been completely ruined. None of my coworkers trust me anymore. I'm in more trouble than you can imagine. I even got fired.
What? Is that really true? I had no idea.
I mean, of course they'd fire me. I went through the trouble of calling every executive from my company to attend this wedding. They come here despite their busy schedules, and now everything is canceled because of me. Of course that would anger them.
Hang on. Axel, you think you got fired because the ceremony was canceled? You really think that's the only reason?
Of course! What other reasons could there be? This happened because you couldn't read the room and lost control. What are you even talking about?
I think everything that happened to you is because you blew up the wedding cake during our ceremony. It's obviously the reason for all these consequences you're faced with right now. Getting fired by your boss and being met with cold stares from every guest in that venue. Everything.
Huh? No way! That explosion was the most exciting thing today! Everyone was super impressed, and I thought they were really into it. People were screaming and going crazy over the whole thing. I thought it was a great moment to liven things up.
Yeah, they were screaming all right, screaming in fear. It wasn't excitement at all. People don't start cheering when they suddenly hear a loud explosion. It's more shocking than anything else.
Maybe a socially awkward loner like you doesn't get it, but that was a ton of excitement. I bet everyone had a blast. You should believe me because even Wyatt thought it was awesome.
Just because Wyatt thinks the same doesn't help your cause one bit. You can't trust the opinions of people like that. He's just as misguided as you are. How about you check out the reactions to the video you uploaded to the internet? Maybe that will change your mind.
Oh, that's right. Thanks for reminding me. I bet it's going viral. This is our first video after all. It's bound to be a hit. Who wouldn't watch this and enjoy it? Wait, what does this even mean? What are all of these comments?
I just checked a while ago and I noticed the same thing. It's receiving a ton of backlash. Your video's viral only because it's so controversial. This is just what I expected. People are furious that you blew up a wedding cake in the middle of our ceremony. Who wouldn't be? No one is amused by this. It's not the kind of thing people find funny, especially at such an important event.
I don't understand. Why wouldn't they? It's hilarious if a wedding cake exploded out of nowhere.
Well, I wouldn't say it's not interesting at all. It's unexpected, sure. But like your video shows, the cake exploded out of nowhere. When that happened, I fell down, the audience screamed, and chaos broke out. I don't think it's funny when there's an explosion out of nowhere that causes people to panic and possibly get hurt. I guarantee the people who saw this video would think the same thing. It's more shocking than anything else.
What? None of these people have a sense of humor. I can't believe they're overreacting like this. I can't afford to get hated on for this. I'll lose even more credibility than I already have because of this video. Good thing I noticed early on. Oh, that was a close call. I almost didn't act fast enough to prevent further damage to our reputations.
What do you mean, a close call? Do you actually think you can do something to fix the damage you've done?
Of course, I already deleted the video, so everything will be fine now. There isn't anything more to worry about. Now all we need to do is cater our videos to the masses. We'll just have to make our humor a bit more mild so everyone can enjoy it.
Are you seriously saying that, Axel? I am honestly scared for you. You do realize that deleting the video doesn't solve anything, right?
Huh? What do you mean? The video was receiving backlash, so I got rid of the video. It was at the root of it all, and now it's gone. No one will come after us anymore, right?
Were you seriously trying to become a YouTuber with so little awareness of how the media works? This is unbelievable. Videos get reposted all over the internet, and even if you delete the original, they just keep reappearing everywhere. The video went viral, so it's too late. You can't just delete it and expect that to magically fix everything. Your reputation is worsening by the second.
What? You're right, the video's absolutely everywhere. Seriously, why? I deleted the video, that should have been enough. You people with no sense of humor are such a lame joke. You can't even appreciate a little fun anymore.
I don't think this is about humor at all. It's much more than that. Right after the video went up, it immediately started going viral, all because everyone thought you've done an awful thing.
Right after the video went up? Allie, how could you have known that? You should have been completely unconscious when I uploaded it.
What? Oh, was I unconscious at that time?
I knew it! I was always skeptical about it all. I knew something was off after the prank. You and your mother were in on this, weren't you? You did all that just to trick me and make me believe I hurt you.
Well, you don't have to be so upset about it. Don't worry about it too much. That's all in the past now, isn't it?
Are you kidding me, Allie? This isn't okay. You deceived me. You're an absolute liar.
Two can play at this game. You lied to me too, Axel. Right before the reception, you told me that Wyatt was acting all quiet because he felt sorry for all the pranks he's pulled on me in the past.
Well, that's whatever. It's true that Wyatt might not have been regretting his past actions, but your lies are far more malicious than mine. Pretending to be unconscious for such a long time is seriously in poor taste. How could you do something like that? I even got fired from my job because of you. Do you realize how much trouble you've caused me?
You deserved it, Axel. Everything that happened to you is because of your own actions, and now you're facing the consequences.
What's your problem? How can you say that I deserved all of these terrible things? Wait a second. No, you're right. It really was my fault. I've been in the wrong this whole time, and I'm finally realizing it.
What? Why are you admitting that all of a sudden? This isn't like you.
Allie, I'm so sorry. I sincerely apologize for everything that happened today and for everything I've done up until now. It's true that Wyatt and I got carried away with our pranks, and we scared you a lot. We crossed the line, and you didn't deserve that treatment at all. I'm really sorry about this. That's why I'm asking you to forgive me.
It's too late. You made fun of my mom, and that's why I'm not going to forgive you. Ever. I don't care about what you do to me. I probably would have been able to put up with most of it, but what you did to her, calling her names, it's unforgivable.
If that were the case, why did you pretend to be unconscious? You didn't have to go through all this trouble and get so many people involved. This problem is just between the two of us, and it's easy to solve. We should have settled things by ourselves.
Okay, just calm down. Jeez. Me pretending to be unconscious is just a prank I wanted to pull on you. You shouldn't get so mad at me for catching you off guard. It was just a joke after all. Where did your sense of humor go?
Hey, this isn't fair! I'm being serious! Can't you see that?
This is exactly what you've been doing to me all along, isn't it? So why don't you stop overreacting and take a joke for once? Wow, Allie, you're practically a celebrity now. That video of Axel's is going viral. Have you read what everybody's saying about you online? Many people commented on how beautiful you are. Oh, you're getting quite a lot of attention. Well, I really don't want to be famous for the wrong reasons, especially not from a video blowing up with negativity. I'm so proud to have you as a daughter. I can't believe that you're so famous now. But there's also people commenting on how you decided to marry such an immature man. Mom, stop doing that. You're never going to stop teasing me, are you? All jokes aside, I'm glad you were trying your best to make me feel reassured by trying to marry him. Thank you, Allie. I'm really proud to be your mother. You're the best daughter I could ask for.
Mom, thank you. That means a lot to me, especially coming from you. I'm so proud to have you as a mother as well. You've done so much for me, and I'm beyond grateful for it, Mom.
Now that we're closer to each other again, there are so many things we can work on together. I'm going to start by helping refine your taste in men so things like this won't happen again.
The wedding ceremony was officially canceled, and Axel was left responsible for paying all the expenses of it in full. He was not satisfied with the decision, feeling as though things had been unfairly settled against him from the start. His parents took the situation extremely seriously. They even went as far as to promise to cover damages for my emotional distress. Wyatt's parents were equally displeased and made him pay for the same damages. As a result, both him and Axel were left with an enormous amount of debt. They're working tirelessly at several part-time jobs trying to save up the money to cover those enormous costs. By doing this, they're somehow managing to just barely save some money to start paying me back. Allegedly, they are exhausted every day with little rest. Additionally, the chaos from the video they uploaded really stirred up a lot of attention and made quite the impression on everyone involved. This commotion caused such a big scene that neither of the two can walk around in public freely anymore. It's been an unbelievable first appearance for them as YouTubers, creating quite the opposite of a positive reaction. However, they've still gained some recognition despite it all, even if it's for all the wrong reasons. I thought that if he ever continued his work as a YouTuber in the future, Axel might end up being a big topic of conversation. But due to everything that happened at the wedding, Axel and Wyatt have fallen out with each other and their friendship is completely fractured. Without each other, they really can't do anything, and their plans to be famous on the platform are falling apart quickly. Maybe by splitting these two apart, the unfortunate turn of events will bring a little more peace and quiet to the world. After everything, my mom has started to interfere with my new relationships out of worry for me. She's likely very concerned about my taste in men after this disaster, thinking that I need better judgment going forward.